Roll call.
Dale Murray. Here. Amy White.
Here.
Ralph Wentz.
Here.
Corey Yocum.
Here.
Okay, and if we could get the approval for the minutes for the regular meeting from the June 19th and the special board meeting on June 30th. I get a motion?
So moved.
I get a second?
Second.
Okay, and on to reports. Bill? Oh, we got to vote. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Okay. Now we can do reports.
Okay, the year-end report document's a little longer than usual because on the last month of the fiscal year, I'm required to include all the funds with zeros, so it makes the thing about triple like it usually is. At any rate, the current fund balance for the general fund is $2,113,064.46. Encumbered against that was $37,970.42 for an unencumbered balance of $2,075,094.04. And to that, the school bus general fund, a couple lines down, you would add another 81 for current fund balance, $81,293, but that is encumbered, so that's a zero down. Going back to the grants, the 500s. Tripping myself up because this report's so long now. Was able to, everything is zeroed out because it has to be for the end of the year, but was able to get the project cash requests in so that we only had to bring a minimal amount in advances. So for the IDEA, there was $18,978 that you see there in receipts. That's what we got to bring it down to where we only had to, if you look on the June 30th minutes, again, you'll see the minimal amounts we had to transfer or advance over. Same thing with the 572,917, we had 20,642 come in that month for Title I. And for the Title IIA, which was 590,9017, that grant was the one, as it is every year, it closes out in May because of the relatively low amount of money we spend that before we get to the end of the year. So all said and done, the total current all funds balance, $3,599. Let me start over. $3,599,736.10. Income that's distributed as follows: Star General, $228,483.73. And the Farmer's Sweep, $2,521,938.71. As always, the $680 petty cashes. When you do all that math, it comes out to $848,633.66. And that proofs out as follows. Our regular farmer's account, this is one that it's swept off of, so as always, it's $850,000 even. And the general fund outstanding checks of $1,366.34, and it does prove out at $848,633.66. And you've also received an appropriation, a check pay, and a revenue account. If there's any questions on any of the 4 monthly documents that you read, I can entertain those. If not, that's the financial report for June month end, year end. Fiscal year did close relatively smoothly. We were closed by the 7th.
All right, can I get a motion to move on the reports?
So moved.
Okay, gonna get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, and on to new business.
As you can see, good evening, everyone. Pretty quiet evening. We have 2 directors, coordinators, supervisors that are here tonight to report. Mrs. Pierce with food service and Mr. Pagnotta with technology and maintenance. Everyone else customarily, traditionally in the month of July are not here. So it will be a pretty quick evening with reports. So you'll notice later on the agenda we have breakfast and lunch prices for 17-18, and Mrs. Pierce was going to talk about it for a second.
So as the handout I gave you, this one right here, it just breaks down a little bit more of why the lunch prices increase. And it's not a nutrition group thing or a school district thing. It's actually USDA determines that each year. So this year, lunch prices for full paid students would increase by 5 cents. So middle and high school would be $2.80 for lunch, and then elementary would be $2.55 for lunch. Reduced prices still stay the same. That's 30 cents for breakfast, 40 cents for lunch. Breakfast prices still stay the same. That's $1.50 for breakfast. So it's just a nickel increase. And then the other thing, next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm going to the nutrition group. Every summer they have what they call summer seminar, where they have all of the food service directors in Ohio, PA. We have a couple accounts in Florida, Michigan, and New York. So they have all of us go there and any updates for the new school year. So if there's any new federal regulations or even state regulations, and it's just kind of education for us going to the new school year. So I'll be attending that next week. So that's all in the cafeteria this month.
Anything for Caleb? Last year we raised the prices 25 cents a lunch prices, so we knew incrementally we needed to do that over the next couple of years, and 5 cents doesn't sound like a lot, and it's really not in the big picture of things, but it does help us stay in line with the incremental increases in our
Right.
lunch.
And it has to do with the reimbursement rate too. So the reimbursement rate that we get from the state, when that changes, that's when our lunch prices have to change as well. So they kind of just go hand in hand. So we'll be getting more back from the state as well.
And the only way we could not have to do that is not to participate, I'm assuming, in any of the USDA's
Correct.
programs. And obviously, that wouldn't be cost effective
Right,
for
correct.
us.
Definitely a benefit.
Right.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Pagnotta, would you like to start with technology or maintenance, or one or the other, or neither?
Well, we can start with technology. Traditionally, we do the same thing every year. We break down computers out of the classroom, clean them up, get the classroom ready for the maintenance side of things as well. And we do updates that would take the computers down throughout the school year. And anything new that we need to install for the new school year, we procure over the summer based on, of course, Mr. Dunham and the board's approval. This year we're putting in some new projectors in the classrooms that are going to enhance our teachers' ability to teach, as well as be better for the students. And we started this a while ago, is putting these ultra short throw projectors in, which are much better. They're right up on the screen, so the colors are vivid, and there's less shadowing when the teacher's in front of the board, and the light from the windows doesn't interfere as much. So this is the prices have continued to drop, and we watch that. So this is the right time to take on that kind of technology. So if you're ever interested and you want to see what this looks like, I'd be glad to show you. On the maintenance end, similar deal. We look for things that we can't possibly do through the school year. We're working on an air handling unit now for our cafeteria kitchen area, exhaust for the restrooms in that area. We have a heat wheel, which is a heat recovery wheel in there that is going to need some work, has bad bearings, and I'm proud to say that we do a lot of this work internal and minimize the cost to the district. We actually called Mr. Staffeld, Joe Staffeld, if you know who he is. He has a machine shop, came out, took a look at it. He's able to do up some parts for this fix that we need that has to be custom made because the parts are not available at this time from Venmar. Venmar is the manufacturer of our air handling units. So we get involved in those kind of things, and not only that, but of course the whole tear down of the school for cleaning. We have a crew working. Most of those ladies come out of our cafeteria. They work over the summer and they provide cleaning services for the classroom, as well as our own custodians clean and wax and strip floors through the year. So it's never really a slowdown for us. We kind of, it just takes it to another level over the summer, and we'll change gears again in the fall. So that's what we do.
You know, it's hard to believe Mr. Pagnotta was talking about the short throw versus the projection system we have here. This one's 8 years old, a little over 8 years since it was installed. And if you were to come in here the first day in 2010 compared to now, it was a lot more brilliant, it was brighter, a little easier to see. So it's lost a lot over the years. The short throw system that he's talking about still hangs from the ceiling or from the wall, but it's very close and it is much more vivid and easier for the students and staff to see. And again, the cost of it is really cheaper than what we originally started installing these projection smart board system years ago. Mr. Pagnotta and Caitlin both are being kind of humble. There's been a lot that's happened in a little over a month since school's been over, with staffing in the cafeteria, getting the cafeteria and the kitchen ready to go. The classrooms, you look in this one is a good example, the floor in here. And if you go through many of the classrooms, I'm not sure where we are, upstairs or downstairs, which ones are ahead, but in another few weeks, school could start. And, you know, we get out a little earlier each year. We have the same amount of time, but gym floors were just done last week. They look great. Parking lot, we have some striping going on here in another few weeks. I'm going to stripe the north lot, which is the inner lot, and the outer lot for student parking. Get some numbers and lines freshened up out there so we can see a little bit better as people come in. But there's always something going on, and one thing I'm most proud of with everyone in here is just the way the building continues to look. And I talked to a truck driver who brought something in today, and he said, I go by here, I've been by here since the building was built. And I said, how many years do you think it's been? And he would have said 5 years or 4 years, but it's been 8, and the building inside and out, I think, still looks very good, which is a testimony to our kids, to our maintenance staff, to everyone that is involved here. So, again, greatly appreciated. Mr. Coons, you'll notice, is absent today. There was a family member illness that he's taking care of tonight, and unfortunately he's not here, so he doesn't really have a report. Obviously he's not here, and I'm not sure if Mr. Yoakum has anything, and I'll follow suit. There's no Student Achievement Liaison report, and I really don't have any strategic plan report to speak of this month.
All right, then the stadium press box naming rights donation agreement.
I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 5 items I can go over if you wouldn't mind. Stadium press box naming rights donation agreement. Over the last year, we've had several naming rights agreements that were approved by the board. The latest one was the Mark and Linda Whitmer family in May. Prior to that, we had naming rights and scoreboard agreements with the scoreboard that's erected, and I'll talk a little bit about that later on. Dr. DeChellis came to the Athletic Boosters to me in the last month. The press box, which will be coming in a few weeks, that sits atop the home grandstand. He felt that was a good opportunity for his business, which is DeChellis and Stone Street DDS, to secure naming rights. And with your blessing tonight, I'd recommend that the press box would be named after that business, just as the scoreboard in the stadium is named after Joe Dickey Electric, and the other one last year in September was Lawless Industries, were named after the late Mr. David Lawless. So this would follow suit. This is not just a drop in the bucket. This is a $50,000 donation from the business, again, that would bear the name of DeChellis and Stone Street, DDS, on the press box. You may recall Dr. DeChellis had a sign on the scoreboard. He will relinquish that, and one of the next resolutions I'll be asking you to consider would be to approve Fairway Ford, which would come in Dr. DeChellis's place on the scoreboard. So with your approval, as we go back through, we would recommend the Stadium Press Box naming rights donation agreement, the amount of $50,000 to DeChellis and Stone Street, DDS. The next resolution is scoreboard advertising agreement. This is the standard agreement that we have in place for those that would like to advertise. And as I mentioned previously, Fairway Ford, Mr. Bob Davis has agreed would be space number 3 for a term of 10 years with the athletic boosters, along with the other 5 or 6 that are up there presently. Another resolution will be the approval of the high school cross-country camp. This has been in place for the last several years. Our team, under the direction of Mrs. Crumpack and assistant coaches, traveled to Cuyahoga Valley National Park, where they'll be staying from August 14th through the 17th. Transportation provided by the school and chaperoned by our coaches. It's a good opportunity for team building and really a great kickoff for our kids to be away for a few days and get in shape for the upcoming season. The last 2 items I have with resolutions and your approval is Mrs. Pierce talked about breakfast and lunch prices for 17-18. And you can see the breakdown, and it's through by grades K through 4 and 5 through 12. Again, lunch price be a nickel more, $2.55 for grades K4, $2.80 for grades 5 through 12. Everything else has remained the same for the 17-18 school year. And lastly, and please report, we had a good year with the Raider Before and After Care program. Mrs. Jennifer Frank has served as the director the last couple of years. We're doing a little bit better than breaking even on it. Our thought was we certainly don't want to lose money. We would like to provide the service, and we've been able to do that and pay for our expenses. So it's been no cost to the board for this program, which is, I think, a good service to our community before school starts and after school starts. And I'd like to continue with that program for the 17-18 school year. Any questions on any of the donation agreements or breakfast or lunch prices or Raider Before and After Care program?
Okay, we are now at the public participation portion of the meeting, so if anyone has any questions, concerns about any of the items on the agenda for this evening, now would be the time.
It wasn't really on the agenda, but I really like our new bus coordinator. He seems really, really nice. He
Nice
called and
job.
wanted to know if we would come over, and he would like to meet us and meet him. And he seemed really, really nice. Really nice. I
Pleased to hear.
might be praying for him.
Pleased to hear.
We get
It's a big job. It's a big job.
But he seemed very nice.
Can I mention I love your shirt? I really do. Show off your shirt a little bit.
It's cute.
I had a trip today. I took the cheerleaders. So I thought they might appreciate to know that we bus drivers need love too.
You're loved, Mrs. Freed.
Thank you.
All right, and on to the June, July, August.
No, we have to
Just,
back
what do we,
through.
oh, we do it a vote first. Okay, sorry about that. Okay. All right, if I could get a motion for the, let's see, the Stadium Press Box. If I get someone to move for the Stadium Press Box naming rights donation agreement. And a second?
Second.
Okay, and all in favor, say aye. Anyone opposed? Okay, and moving on to the scoreboard advertising agreement. South Range Local School Board, to approve the advertising agreement with the Fairway Ford term.
So moved.
have a second? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
And those opposed? And a motion for the approval of the high school cross-country team camp.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And those opposed? And for the breakfast and lunch prices for the 2017-2018 school year. Get a motion for that.
So moved.
And a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
And those opposed? All right, and the before and after care program for the school year 2017-2018. Can I get a motion for that? And a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
And those opposed? All right, now for the June, July, August district update.
I do have a few things to share. As I mentioned about Mr. Pagnotto's department and Mrs. Pierce, beyond maintenance and food service, technology, our building offices, our building administrators, transportation, been busy as well. Just closing the book, so to speak, and regrouping and opening the doors back up. I wanted to announce, and you'll see it in the August newsletter, our orientation and open house dates. August 10th, which is 3 weeks away, 24, 25 days away. High school orientation starting at 6. August 14th, elementary orientation. Again, this will be in the on the website and in the newsletter and everywhere else, but August 15th is middle school orientation. Open house, August 10th for high school, same night as their orientation. August 14th, elementary open house, again, same night as the elementary orientation. And August 15th, you'll see the trend, middle school open house, same night as the middle school orientation. Times 7 o'clock and 6 o'clock respectively for those 3 open houses. Meet the team, tentatively, was set at August 12th. Hopefully it will remain at August 12th. The time is right around 8 o'clock, depending on how things get pushed. There's fireworks after, and I think they would like to meet the team, so there isn't a little bit later, so there isn't a lull between the last student athletes that's introduced and the fireworks. But the shooting for August 12th at the new stadium as kind of a dress rehearsal for that first soccer and football game that will take place several weeks after. Over the last couple of months in personnel, we've talked about new hires. We've had some resignations and new folks that are taking their places. Traditionally, we've had them come in September to ask our building principals and our department heads if we have new folks to come in, and we'll introduce everyone at the August 21st meeting, which is, of course, our next regular meeting. The stadium project, if you've been by, you'll notice the scoreboard's 100% complete. Looks really good. The bleacher schedule, we have Whitmer Construction Incorporated working on the visitor side bleachers right now. I'm going to guess it's about 50% complete now. The home grandstands were just mobilized. A crew from Sturdy Steel came in over the weekend. You'll notice they're working on foundations yesterday and today. They should be pouring concrete for the bleacher piers over the next few days. Field lighting, the field lighting we thought would be in this week, it's coming in next week, actually July 26th. So you're going to see 4 92-foot poles in the ground on the 15-yard line on both the home and visitor side, so just 4 big poles with the LED lighting. And again, that takes place the week of the 26th. We've been told that's about 4 days to put those lights in. Dickey Electric has been phenomenal. They've done all the underground electrical work at the stadium. They're waiting for a transformer. If the transformer were to come in today, they could have that together in hours, and we'd have lights. We had the poles up and the lights up. Brian Crumbach with Dickey Electric, his intent, if the transformer's not here by August 1st, which we don't think it's going to be, that he will bring a generator in because he wants to make sure that everything is working properly. So they'll power up the scoreboard, turn the lights on, anything else that we need power for. But it's all there, it's just a matter of getting that transformer here. Since May, we talked about the band shell. And once again, Whitmer's Inc., they're going to be working with, as a general contractor on the band shell. The music department, or I should say the music boosters, are very close to securing the necessary funds to complete the shell. So we're hoping that that can be done. The plans have been submitted to the Mahoning County Building Department, and we're waiting for the permits and for phase approval, and we're also waiting for materials. And I've been told that it could happen and be done by September 8th, which is the second home game of the season. This was something we weren't thinking was going to happen this phase, but it looks like it could very, very easily happen. I've talked about the visitor locker room, which is a trailer that we had, similar to what we had 8 years ago out back on the south end when we were transitioning from North Lima to here. We have one trailer coming in that will house the opposing schools teams for halftime. That will be delivered here August 7th. Our food trucks, because we don't have concession stands early on, our food vendors will be here to mobilize their trailers on August 10th, just in time for the meet the team on the 12th, so we can try out their foods. Just again, a lot of hard work with the athletic department, ticket manager Sarah Fischel, Donnie Farron, the athletic department AD, really working hard to communicate to everyone. The logistics is pretty difficult going from North Lima to here, parking over here, parking on the stadium side, reserved seats, preferred parking, VIP seats, VIP parking. We're going to run a shuttle bus on the school side, the K-12 side, on Friday nights for those that need some assistance getting over to the stadium. So we'll just have a bus running for the first 45 minutes or so to help, assist people that need some help to get over to the other side. Same thing at the end of the game. On the academic side, continue to prepare for our professional development. It takes place in August, as early as August 8th. And we'll run that through the end of August and into the school year. Many thanks to Mr. Phillips and his department. There's a lot of summer purchasing and ordering, as there is every year, restocking many different things, supplies, and ordering whether it's technology or textbooks or software. But it's a real busy time for Mr. Phillips and his office, and every year they go through a phenomenal amount of POs, purchase orders, and get them done. And when our teachers arrive, things are where they're supposed to be. So thanks to Jim and everyone. Transportation Department, our inspections took place last week. We have a few buses that are still out of service. They haven't gotten a sticker on the side. We had one that's, I would say, is dead in the water, and it's one of our buses that has the lift, the handicap lift. We knew that might happen. We were fortunate. We went to Columbiana County to MRDD. They had a sealed bid on a bus that was had a lift, and we were fortunate to get that. It arrived today. It has a little bit of work that you have to perform on it to get it stickered, but it's in much better shape. It's a 2008 compared to, I think that bus that was out of service is probably a 97 or 98. So we did pretty good on that, pretty good. So we're thrilled that we were able to get that, because as Mrs. Freedy knows, if her bus goes down, there's no backup. So we do have.
They also put a new lift in my bus. I guess there was a recall on it.
Good.
So we get a brand new lift
Good.
on the bus. Yeah, so that was a blessing.
So still plenty going on, even though it's July, but real happy with the progress, and we will be ready on August 21st to open the doors again. Again, website, Facebook, calendar events, NTN, all those places you can check for communications. Thank you.
And there were no requests received for non-agenda items. So at this time, we could move to executive session if I get a motion to move to executive session.
So moved.
And can I get a second? Okay, and, well, the executive session is for the purpose of discussion because of Ohio Revised Code 121.22 for the discussion of employment of a public employer or official, and to discuss the compensation of an employee, and to consider the sale of property and competitive bidding. Sorry, so I have the motion and the second. Who's the second?
Dale?
Dale? Okay, and can I get a roll call vote?
Gail Murray?
Yep.
Ralph Wentz?
Yes.
Amy White?
Yes.
Corey Holcomb?
Yes.
Okay, and so time is 7:31. Go into executive session at this time.
Thanks, David.